Okay, we'll come back again. This is exercise 5. I advise those who did not watch the previous videos, please do so that you are aware of all the features that we have covered so far. So let us see what we will learn in this exercise number 5. So by the end of this exercise, you will be able to represent sheet content using various types of charts. So in this exercise, we will focus on a very important feature in Excel, which is the charts, how to draw charts. Now, Excel support different types of charts. As you can see, we have column chart, bar chart, pie chart, and many others. I just list here some types of charts that you can draw in Excel. In this exercise, I will show you how to draw a 3D column chart and a 3D pie chart, but the idea is similar on the other type of chart. So once you know how to specify and the elements of a chart, then you can easily use any type of chart, because I cannot cover all in a single exercise. But I am sure once we finish, you will be able to use the other charts, and I highly recommend you to try not only the charts that we will cover on this video, but also the others, so that you learn more. Then you will know how to add and modify various chart elements, such as the title of a chart, the legend, horizontal axis, vertical axis, and series names and data labels. Now, some terminology, maybe they are not clear now for you, but once we start the practical exercise, everything will be crystal clear. Then we will learn how to format various parts of chart, like chart area and plot area. So it is a very useful exercise, and you will learn very important skills in creating charts. So now it is the demonstration time, and I will see you there. Okay, now we are in the demonstration part of this video. So first, let me show you the exercise that we are going to do. This is exercise 5. We have here a table with the data, and again, as you know, we have a set of tasks that we have to accomplish. Now, actually in this exercise, we will create two types of charts, in A and B. In A, we will create a column chart, and in B, we will create a pie chart. But first, let us have an idea about what's the data about. What does this data talk about? As you can see here, I have a column drink. So these are different type of a drink. We have a Coco, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and tea, coffee, espresso, instant coffee, Mountain Dew, and 7-Up. And here, the caffeine content in these drinks. And we have this in two different units. Here, this column, the second column, it's the caffeine content in milligram per oz. And the second column here, also the third column, it's in milligram per serving. So these are the caffeine content on these drinks, and we need to draw a chart to show this in a very a clear way. Because using only data with the table, maybe the idea is not clear. So that's why we normally draw this content using the charts. So let us start now and see how we can create the charts. Now let me just minimize this, and now before we start, I just draw the chart so that you know what we will do. This is already I type the content. So again, this is the drink column. We have all the different type of drinks, and here is the caffeine content in milligram per oz, and the caffeine content in milligram per serving. Now here, for example, this is a typical chart, as you can see. Now in the chart we have different parts. For example, We have here the chart title. You will know how to change the chart title, how to hide it, and how to show it if you want. Also, very important part of when you want to draw a chart, you should know your x-axis. This is x-axis data, and this is the y-axis data. Sometimes we call it the horizontal. This is the horizontal data, and this is the vertical data. So you have first, before you start creating the chart, you have to know on the first hand what is the data that will be in the horizontal axis, which is technical people, they refer to this as the x-axis, and what are the data that will be shown in the vertical axis or the y-axis. So also we will know this, inshallah. This is a 3D column chart. This is the type of the chart that we will do. Plus here, the horizontal axis, these are the data, and this is the title. We call this is the horizontal axis title. You can, I will show you how to do this and how you can change, and you put any word you want. Also here we have a horizontal axis title. For example, in this case, it's caffeine. Also, these are different part of charts. Also here we have what is called the legend of the chart. In Arabic it is مفتاح رسم البيانات. So again, I will show you how you can format this legend, and you can control the location even. Now, for example, it is on the right hand side. You can put it in the left or in the top or in the bottom. So you have many options actually. So Excel is a very, very powerful in this functionality, which is creating charts. Plus, if you notice here, we have this big area. The whole area, this is what we call, this is the chart area. And this one, which is the red, this is, we refer to it as the plot area. So it may ask you to format the chart area differently than the plot area. So again, we will see this. So the plot area here is the red, and the chart area here we have some texture. So you can control every single element in the charts. So we will see how we will do all these things. But very important is to know your x-axis or the horizontal axis data. In this case, it is the drinks. You see, Cocoa, Pepsi, you know, tea, coffee, espresso, this and that. So this is, in our case, this is the horizontal axis or the x-axis, which is the column A, you know, from Cocoa to 7. And in our case, the vertical axis or the y-axis, I believe it is the this column, which is caffeine content in this unit, milligram per oz. So don't worry, we will see inshallah how to create. So by the end of this exercise, you will be able to create this type of charts. Now down, I have another type of charts for the same data, but this time the x-axis will be the drink, but the y-axis will be the caffeine content, but this time milligram per serving. So let me scroll down a little bit. Yes, this one. You see, this is also another type of chart. It's a 3D pie chart. Again, same thing. We have here the title, we have here the legend, we have the whole, the big one. This is the chart area, and we have, this is the plot area. And as you can see here, they are formatted differently. You can control everything in the chart. So what I will do now, I will delete these two charts so that I can show you how to start from zero. Also, as you can see here, we have on the chart, we have the numbers here. We call them, these are these are, we refer to them as the data labels. So you can show them and or you can hide them. It's up to you. And it depends on the exercise, what it asks you to do. So what I will do now, I will first delete this one. Also, I will delete this one so that we start from scratch, so you know exactly step by step how you can create this. So let me bring the exercise. Let me now do this one like this, so that's excellent. And this is the exercise. Let us do it here. Let me just So first you start the Excel and you start typing the data. Then let us go directly to the steps that the task. So as usual, as you know, it asks you to task number 1 here, or sorry, 2 or 1, I think. Yeah, save the workbook as, and it give you the file name in your folder. So by this time you know how to do this. So again, we go file, save as, and browse, and I will save it on the documents folder. Then I come here to the file name box and I will start spreadsheet. I will choose one of these. I think only I need to change this is to 5, because here it says 5 and this is my ID. Now I am ready to click save. Excellent. Now step number 2, represent the table data using the chart feature. And so let us see what it asks us here. First, A, create a column chart. So it specify you here the column chart for a drink and milligram per oz using the following, and it give you here the detail about the chart. Now from this statement, what we understand that it needs the chart here. From this statement you can know what is the x-axis or the horizontal data, and what's the vertical data or the y data. Now since it mentioned the drink here, this mean the drink, which is cocoa up to the 7, this 7 up, this will be the horizontal data or x-axis data, and the milligram per oz, it will be I think this one, yeah, this one will be the y-axis. So this is the very important to know on the from the beginning. So you will create a chart, the cocoa, and from cocoa to 7 up, this will be the x-axis or the horizontal axis data, and this will be the y data. Now y is not that, because this is what it tell you in the exercise or in the task here. Create a column chart for a drink and milligram per oz. I believe the second chart, it will ask you for the milligram per serving, but let us now focus on chart A. Okay, so and it is the okay, here it gives you the detail. The chart type, it's a 3D cluster column. So now we know two things: the data that we will draw the chart for with, so the drink and the milligram per oz, and then the chart type is a 3D cluster column. So let us start. Now to start, before you select anything, normally we go to the, please pay attention, this is very important. We go, so I am not selecting, you see my click, my cell, active cell is the empty one. Then you go to the insert. Here we have a section called charts, and we have here different type of charts. So if you hover your mouse, as you can see, it is telling me that this is insert a column or bar chart. For example, the down, insert a line or an area chart. I believe this is a pie or donut chart. And also we have different type of charts, statistic charts, you know, hierarchy chart. So since the question asked me here to create a column chart, so I believe it is here in this area. So I click that mouse. As you can see, even the column chart, we have different types. We have 2D and 3D, and even different, you know, in 3D, different varieties, 2D bar, 3D bar. But because the exercise asked me here, the type is a 3D clustered column. So let me go to the 3D section, and let me see here. Yeah, I think this is the 3D. I am not clicking anything, I'm just hovering with my mouse. This is a 3D clustered column. Let us see what's the title for that. 3D stacked column. No, this is not. So, and this is the 3D 100% stack column. No. 3D column. No, I need a 3D clustered column. So I believe it's the first one. So the first thing is to choose the type of the chart that you want. So I will click. Now I specify the type of the chart, but nothing is shown here because I didn't select the data, which is the horizontal data and the vertical data. Now look here, please, when you are selecting the chart, as you can see from this round circle, this means that you are selecting the chart. We have a new tabs here, design and format, and at the top it says here chart tools. This will appear only if you are selecting a chart. For example, if I click outside the chart, you see they will disappear, because many people ask me, what is that tabs? Okay, we cannot find it. Now this is because you are not selecting the chart, but once you click on the chart itself, you see they will appear. We will use these two tabs in our chart area, so this is very important. Please don't forget this. So now we are in the design tab, so we create an empty chart. Now it is time to give the data, the x-axis and the y-axis. As I said, this will be the x-axis or the horizontal data, and this will be our y data or the vertical data. So how do we specify the data? You go to the design, make sure that you are in the design, then you come to the data section here, select data. So when you click that one, you will have this dialog box. Now here we have to specify two things. As I said, the x-axis or the horizontal data and the vertical data or the y data. Now here, chart data range, here my cursor is here, so it's waiting me to tell it here we have to specify the y data, the vertical data, which is in our case it is this one. This is very important. It's not x or the horizontal, which is like drinks. Normally here in the chart data range, you have to tell the chart where is your y data, and we know now our y data or the vertical data, it's the milligram per oz. It's not the drink, because the first one here it's the x-axis or the horizontal, and this is the vertical. You get my point? So whenever you see the first one, all the time represent the x-axis or the horizontal, and the second one, milligram per oz, is the y. And here in this box, all the time we select the y data, the y-axis data, the vertical data. So make sure that the cursor is here, and I will go now, I will select the y data. Of course I will not select this is a title, I will select the actual data. So I start from this, and then I just hold my mouse and I drag down till I reach the last row, then I release my mouse. As you can see, my chart start appearing. Now I specify here the y data, the vertical data, which is this one. Now it is time to specify the horizontal data or the x data, which is from Coco to 7up. But before we go there, you have to click this one, edit. So you see it's written here, horizontal category axis labels. So you click here. Again, make sure that your cursor is here. Now I will select the x-axis or the horizontal data. Again, I will not select the drink because this is the title. I select the actual data, which is from Coco to 7up, and I release. You see, now it appear here. Then you click OK. So here, please don't forget this. Here you select your y data or the vertical, and from here you select your x data or the horizontal data. Now how do you know which is y and which is vertical and which is horizontal? It depends on the exercise. Normally the first word here, normally this means it is the x data or the horizontal data, which is the drink, and the second one is the y. I believe it's okay now, so let us just click OK. Excellent. So now, as you can see, we have the chart now, but still we didn't finish. We have many things to do. Let us go here and see what it asks us to do. Now we finish chart type 3D cluster. Okay. Now number 2, it says to me chart title above chart. So it is this one, and this is the what we should type in the title. So drink versus caffeine. So what I will do, I will click the chart title. Then when it's selected, we come to the formula bar here, and you type what it asks you in the exercise. So drink versus caffeine, and once you finish typing, you just press enter. Please notice here what will happen. You see now the title is there. So excellent. Now let us continue. Now it says to here, resize the width and the height to make the look of the chart suitable. Here simply it asks you just to, if you want to make it a little bit larger. So you see when you are selecting the chart, you have this round circle. We call this resizing handlers. So I can, for example, I can drag this horizontally a little bit. Excellent. Let me just drag it a little bit more, and a little here diagonally. You can increase vertically, and like this. I believe now it looks better. So this is what it means, resize the width. It's up to you, just make it clear. Now again, one more time, if I are not selecting the chart, for example, if I click outside the chart, you see all of a sudden these tabs disappear. So if you want to show them, you have to make sure that you click the chart. Now they are there, design and format. So let us continue now. Here it says the primary horizontal axis title, title below axis, and it drinks. What does it mean here? It means it needs a title for this x-axis or the horizontal. This is the actual data, but it's not the title. So we need to add here a title, and it's telling me here the title should be drink. So we need to type a drink word here. And if we notice below also primary vertical, this vertical now here, title, we need to type caffeine, but we don't have an area here to type. So I will show you how to add this horizontal title and the vertical title. So let us do that. So while you are selecting the charts and you are in the design, this is very important, not in the format, in the design, then you come to the chart layout here section, and we have a very important button here, add chart elements. So when you click that one, you have many options here. All the chart elements, they are here. For example, I want to add, as it says here, primary horizontal axis title. So again, where is the axis? This is here, the axis titles. And as you can see, I have the horizontal and I have the vertical. So I will click the horizontal. So as you can see, when you click, it add a text box for you to add the title for the horizontal axis. Now while it is selected, again you click here and you type here. It says to you drinks. So I will type here drinks. So drinks, and press enter. As you can see, it's reflected here. So we add the horizontal title. Now again, we will do this for the vertical title. Again, the same. We make sure that you are in the design, add chart elements and axis titles, but this time we'll choose the vertical, primary vertical. So when you click that one, as you can see, it add the title for the vertical axis. And while make sure it is selected, then you come here and you type what it asks you. So here it asks me to type caffeine, so I will write here caffeine, and look here, when I press enter, it appears here. So if you want to change these things, simply you select and then type whatever you want here. Again, the same for this. But I believe now it's okay. So let me save, by the way, before anything. Excellent. Now then here below it asks me data labels. They should be shown. It's show. Here currently we don't have a labels. Data, we call this data labels. Now how do you show them? Again, make sure that you are in the design, and again we go to the add chart elements, and here we have the data labels. You see, this is the data labels here. And now currently it's none, so I can click data call out. So this type of data label, we call it data label call out. So if I click that one, as you can see, I have the data label here, it's shown. Now sometimes you don't want this to be in this shape. You have many options. If I go back and I go data label, here I can choose, instead of this one, I can choose more data label options. So if I click that one, once I click that one, you see I have here many options. You can choose whatever you want. Label options, text options, it's up to you. You can play whatever you want. For example, I want only I don't want the category name. I will remove this one, and I want only the value. So you see now I have only the values appearing in my data label. So I click this one and I can continue. So okay, that's excellent. Let's continue now. Legend mean the مفتاح الخريطة I don't have here, so we will add a legend. Here it says to me at the right here in this side. So again we will add the legend. Design, make sure that you are in the design, add chart and chart elements. Then we have here what's called legend, this one. You see here we have many options. Now by default it's none, but we want to show it, and it give you options. Right, as you can see now it shows there right. Here is top. As you can see, I move hover, it will change the position, and this is the button. Now based on the question, it says to me I think to the right, so I will choose the right, this one. I click that one. As you can see now, this is the legend, it's appear here. Okay, now here then it asks me the series names. We should write here as of internet sources. Now what we mean by series name, it is the title here in the legend. Currently it's series 1, but here it asks me to change it as of internet sources to reflect that this data, the source of this data is from the internet. So if I click here, you cannot change. So you may ask me, how do I change this one? In this case, we have to go again, we make sure that you are in the design, and this time we go back again to the select data, and from there we will not play with this because already we specified this is the Y and this is the X, we know this. But for the series name, you see this is called legend entries between parentheses series. Now currently it is series 1, but here it asks me to change it as of internet sources. So I will click edit, and in this box I can type the one that it asked me. So I will type here as of internet sources. Excellent. Then you click OK and another OK, and as you can see it's reflected. I believe so far so good. We almost finished this chart. We play with everything, but let me a little bit, if I resize it again a little bit like this, I believe it will be okay. Now I can also that's excellent. You see now I have the word here horizontally, and that's excellent. Now I think this is the last one. Ask me for the chart number 1, format the chart area and the plot area to suitable format. So now it's up to you. You can make some formatting to the chart area and the plot area to make your chart more appealing. So how do you format the chart area and the plot area? First, since this format, we will go to the format this time. Make sure that you're selecting the chart tab chart, and here in this current selection, from here you can select the area that you want to format. For example, I want to format the chart area, so I will select the chart area, and then you can play with the format as you wish. For example, in our case, let me go to the shape fill, and from here you see let me add texture. You can add for example color if you want, it's up to you. Or if I click that, you see this is the chart area. Or you can put, you know, okay, let's keep it, I believe it's okay, let's keep it this one. Now also I want to format the plot area, so make sure that you are in the format, and this time I will go here and I will search for the plot area. Yeah, it's here. You see it automatically selected for you. And again, now you can select whatever format you want. Let us click here, for example, let us see. Okay, I think this is okay. Okay, now let me click this one. So you see now I format, this is the chart area, and this is the the plot, this is the plot area, and this is the chart area. Again, you can do many different formatting. So you first select, make sure that you're on the format, and you select the area that you want to format, and then you start formatting. Now let me add a border actually to the chart area. So I will use a chart area, although it's not asking us in the exercise. And while I am selecting the chart area, you see it's selecting the whole. Then I will go to the outline, which is the border here, and I can put here, let me choose this one, and then again outline, I will choose the weight. Let me just, yeah, excellent, I will choose this one. You see it put a border. So when I click outside the chart, you see this is how the chart will looks like. And all of a sudden, as you can see, I don't have these tabs because I am outside the chart. So if you want to play back with the chart and try to modify, you click the chart, and all of a sudden you have the design and you have the format, and you can start changing whatever you want. So I think this is clear for you how we create this chart. So I think now we will go to the second chart, which is the pie chart. Let us see here. Yeah, now in B here it asked me to create a pie chart. You see this is a pie chart. Now, but what are my x-axis or horizontal axis and the vertical? This is very important. So you see from the question you will understand. So it says to me create a pie chart for what? For the drink. So this means this is my x-axis, because the first one we agree on that. The first one normally it reflects the x-axis value, and this time and milligram per serving. So this means this time my y data is this column, not that one. So now I know my x or horizontal data and my y or vertical data. Excellent. Okay, let's continue. Here tell me the chart type. It should be pie in 3D. So again, I am not selecting anything now. I will go to the insert exactly as we did with the first one, but this time I will not go to the column or bar chart. I will go, I think this is the pie chart. Yeah, excellent. I click the mouse here, the arrow, and as you can see I have categories here. We have 2D pie, and we have 3D pie, and we have many others, you know, donut type, but based on the question it asked me 3D, so I will click 3D. Excellent. So now it create a 3D pie chart, but it doesn't show here because I didn't specify the data yet. But to make it easy for you, I will just move it a little bit from here. Let me just drag it. Let me drag it a little bit here again, so that, yeah. So this is our first chart. By the way, let me save before something happens. So I will save. Excellent. Okay, now this is my chart, and now it's time to select the data. Again, if you click outside, you know, these disappear. If you want, you can click this chart and they are coming here. So if you remember, now we want to specify the data. So if you remember in the first chart, we did this from the design and from here, select the data. So when you click that one again, now in this box we said, if you remember, what should we select here? The y data. And in our case, for the second chart, the y data or the vertical data is this one. And from here we will choose the x axis or the horizontal data. So make sure that your cursor in this box, chart data range, and then you select the Y or the vertical data. Of course, I will not select this because this is not actual data, this is a title. So I will start with 9.96, then I will drag and I release my mouse. So now I specify my Y data or the vertical data. Now again I will come here and I will click edit to specify the horizontal or the X data. So I click edit, and now since the cursor is here, now I will select my X-axis data or horizontal data. Again, I will not select the ring, I will select the actual data. So I will start with Coco up to the 7 up, then OK. Then you click OK. Now let us go down and see what happened. Excellent. You see it draw the data in a pie chart, and now we are ready to continue. Again here it asks me chart title above chart, okay, and the title should be drink versus caffeine. So in this case I will click this title, and then I come here as we did in the first chart, and I will write again drink versus caffeine. And once I am ready, I will press enter. Please pay attention here what will happen when I press enter. Excellent. So this is the chart title. Let me save. And now here again, number 3, resize the width and the height to make the look of the chart suitable. So this is an optional. Let us make it a little bit larger. I click and drag the mouse. Excellent. Okay, let's again. Okay, that's good. I think this is okay. Now let us continue and see number 4. Here it says to me data labels, we should choose best fit. So again, make sure that you are selecting the chart. Again, in the design we go to the add chart elements, and here we have the data labels. Now the data labels, here you have many options, you can choose any one, but I believe in the exercise it asked me to do the best fit, so I will choose this one, best fit. I click that. So now you see it shows the data label here. Okay, so let us click, and now I think here is number 5, legend, show legend at the left. So this is the legend now currently in the bottom, but it needed on the left. So again, in the design I go to the add chart elements, and this time I will go to the legend. Again, you have here many options. You can choose none, you can choose right, top, or left. I think it needed on the left, so I will choose left. You see now the legend here, it become on the left. Okay, excellent. Let me save. As you can see, every step I save. Now format the chart area and the plot area to a suitable format. This means it asks you to format the chart area and to whatever format you like. If you don't want to change the format, you can keep the chart like this, it's okay. But let us change so that you know how we do this. So I am now in the chart. Again, for formatting, I come format, and here I will select the chart area first, and then I will not put color, I will put texture here. So I go to the fill, and I will go to the texture here. For example, I will choose this one. Excellent. So this is the chart area. Again, I will put in the chart area, I will put a border here. So the border is here, shade, shape, outline. So let me choose this color, and again one more time I will choose the weight so that it is easy for you to see. You see, excellent. Now again I will click, so because I am not clicking, you know, I don't have this design and format, so I click again. Now I finish the chart area. Let us now in the format, let us choose the plot area. This is the plot area. You see it's selected by automatically here. Now let's go, and you can also choose one of these pre-built. It's up to you. As you can see, as you hover, it shows you how it will looks like. I think I can choose this one, or if you want, you can go to the shape color and you can choose a specific color from here, or even you can bit texture, you can, you know, whatever you want. But I believe I will choose one of these styles, the pre-built styles. Let me choose, for example, this one. Excellent. So now my chart is, I think, ready. Let me save. And then now I think this is the last thing. It asks me to type your first name, last name. Yeah, okay, no problem. But let me just move this one so that my chart, and let me make it a little bit wider here. Okay, so now I have two charts. This is the 3D cluster column, and this is the 3D pie chart. And in the first one, the x-axis data was this, and the y data was this. And the second one, the x-axis again was the drink, but the y was the caffeine content in milligram per serving. So let me here, as it asked me, I will write here student name, and you type your name, and then student ID, and you type your ID, and then it asks you to write your section number. For example, I will put 3. I believe now, I think it's finished. Yeah, I believe our chart is okay. So I will save. So I hope this exercise was very useful for you. So now you know how to draw a chart in Excel, and you know all the details and how you play with the settings. And I highly recommend you please try to do this, and also by yourself try to repeat this. And also I will put a homework in the video description in the YouTube, so that you can practice what you have learned. Also, I advise you to use the other type of charts. If you remember, we have here many things. So if you want really to get used to the chart, try as much as you can. I hope this was very useful for you, and it was a pleasure for you, as well as it was a pleasure for me to create it for you. I am so happy that we reach a very good in learning Microsoft Excel. We learn many things, and inshallah I will see you in the next videos, and we cover more and more features, and we progress from beginner to intermediate to advanced user of this powerful software. Thank you so much. Till the next video, please stay safe.